So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. My name is AJ Lawrence. I'm going to be your host for tonight. And I have a very special guest tonight to share some nutrition. Um, just, just bear with me a second. And to share some nutrition nuggets and values to our business. As you well know, our business is promoting as ambassadors. We are promoters of health and wellness around the world, and our mission, of course, is to change lives. One person at a time. Um, you know, Teaching them how to eat healthier and how to live healthier, and of course, how to make money in the wellness industry. Because let's face it, this industry is absolutely massive. I'm sure you'll all agree. And especially with the pandemic that's actually happened, now the point of health and wellness is now more to the fore. So the more information we can actually get to be able to know what to eat, why are we going to eat them, and what to expect in terms of results, right? I think is absolutely paramount. And the fact that we have a business opportunity coupled with this, to me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah. So hopefully, I'm hoping that by the end of today, what you will pick up from this is yes, if you haven't thought about eating healthier before, this is a time to start making a change, one day at a time. And two, if you didn't know that there was a business opportunity attached to it, perhaps it might resonate one of you that want to actually have a side income, a plan B, a side hustle, right? Give it what name you want to give it, right? To be able to jump on board and join us on our mission. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman that you see behind me, right? I'm gonna give him about 2 minutes just to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself. But he's a man that I've known for a long time. You know, he is Daddy, right? And he's a very busy man, but he's also a professor, right? A very knowledgeable man, right? A man that has children, all right, of his own. A man that also caters for other people's children, right? Both biologically and spiritually, right? So I wouldn't want to take his shine. I would just want him to spend just 2 minutes just to introduce himself, right? And share, and then we can take it from there. So let me get you unmuted and spotlight you, right? So yeah, let me get you unmuted. So if you can hear me, Daddy, you can.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Professor Feoluwa Amos Akinwande. Uh, Daddy, the floor is yours. Please tell us about yourself.
Thank you for inviting me for the Lifestyle Network Health of Wellness. In short, I was born in Nigeria, Ondo State, and I did all my secondary education and primary education in Nigeria. I did the tertiary education, having a BSc degree, MSc, PhD in University of Manitoba in Winnipeg, Canada, and British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada. And I did my postdoc in the postgraduate medical education in Chandigarh, India. Then I returned to Nigeria and joined the University of Lagos, the College of Medicine of the University of Lagos, Department of Biochemistry. And there I served for 35 years. That was in 74. I joined in 1974. And the academic ladder moved on and gradually became a professor. I was appointed professor in 1991, 07, And before I retired, of course, I had many grants from WHO, from the German organization, and of course, I had to publish a number of books and journals. And during the period, I trained a lot of students who had their BSc degree, the master's degree, and PhD degree. As I retired, of course, I went to other universities, new universities in Nigeria, to assist them in setting them up. The Ondo State University of Science and Technology, and the Caleb University in Lagos, and finally Mountain Top University also in the Press City in Ogun State in Nigeria. And at the same time, I spend my time in serving my God. I'm the head of the Church of Ebenezer Praying Church, where I serve my God there, and I try to win souls for Christ. So that is, in short, I'm married also, and with children and great-grandchildren. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much for that, Daddy. That is amazing. Can you imagine that? He's a very busy man, and, he serves his God, but also he has nutrition as part of his way of not only spiritually, but biologically or chemistry-wise, to make sure that people actually eat better, right? And especially, in this day and age. So listen, we're just going to go straight into it. I would like to ask you, a couple of questions, and I know you have a little slide you want to get into. But in your opinion, what would you say is the nutritional habits of people these days? Yeah, because I know you have a book out, and if I could just, to that book.
A lot of people don't eat well because either they don't have the financial capability to buy foods that will supply all the nutrients. As you know, as humans, we need essential food like protein, carbohydrate, liquid, vitamins, minerals, and water. A lot of people don't have money to buy foods that will supply these nutrients. Or even those who have the money to buy this food that has the nutrients don't select the foods that will supply the nutrients. And that is why we're having the problem. And now that we have COVID around, a lot of people don't have the resources to eat well.
So, Daddy, as you well know, in our business, we promote health and wellness around the world. That is the core of our business. But also, one of the core of our product, right, is actually the fruits and vegetables and the berry, which helps to boost the immune system. What is your opinion on that? Should people be eating that would help to boost their immune system?
Well, whatever food they eat should be rich in protein, because protein will supply all the essential amino acids that we need. If you don't have the essential amino acids, of course, there's a problem, because as you know, of all the nutrients that we need, protein is the most important, because it serves in other functions in our body, for structure of our body, our blood, our respiratory protein that will transport oxygen to the lungs and carry carbon dioxide of the lungs. And then, of course, they serve as enzymes. Enzymes serve as a catalyst to digest all the food, all the reactions that are going on in our body. We need enzymes. And enzymes are proteins. And of course, chromosomes. There are chromosomal proteins that will control gene transmission. And of course, ribosomal protein will control protein synthesis in our system. So, our hormones, our body has to fight. They need the immunity to fight against foreign body the immunoglobulins, antibodies, IgA, IgM, immunoglobulin A, immunoglobulin B, immunoglobulin GM, and the E. All these protect the body against foreign infection. And finally, lipoproteins will transport fast soluble vitamin. And also at the membrane, very important for transport. So protein is very, very, very important. It's the key one amongst all the nutrients that we need.
Okay, okay. That's
hello.
Go on. Sorry, go on. Yes, sir.
And then the product you are producing is very rich. Since it is very rich in proteins, I think it's very, very good. Essential amino acid, especially for adults. There are 8 of them. 8 of them, where a young person needs 10. The reason why we need 8 is because our body can synthesize 2. For instance, if I can mention a number of them. For instance, we have lysine, histidine, arginine, methionine, threonine, tryptophan, leucine, isoleucine. All these are needed for our system. In children that don't have this, they develop what they call kwashiorkor, so because they are not eating well. And in adults also, all the things I told you that put the proteins in our system, the function they perform, of course they will be affected. So since your product contains all this, well, I think it's very good in the right direction of wellness.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah. It's fantastic you should mention that, because our product is the most researched product on the market. Purely fruits and vegetables and berries. And we also have the one with the Omega blend, which has the 5 omega fatty acids in there, which is the 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And the beauty about this one is it's actually the omega from the algae and not the fish. Yeah. What is your opinion on the omegas, for example? How would they benefit, the body? And also, if I may ask that, I would like you to even narrate this more to men, because us men, we're a bit stubborn when it comes to eating well. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of men don't eat well. As I said, they don't eat well for a number of reasons. They don't have the money or whatever. And they need all these nutrients so that they don't have problems. For instance, we have mentioned the essential fatty acids also. They are very important. The linoleic acid, arachidonic acid, linolenic acid, omega, all these omega-3, they are very important. The essential fatty acids are essential in our body. So if you don't have them, you have problems. So since your product contains all this, I think it's fantastic. It is very enriching for them. If they don't eat food well and they have all this supply, this material you are producing, I think it will help them a lot.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I know you have information you want to share with us on slide. Right? I'm just going to take a short break so that I can actually show some of our audience a bit about our product, and then we shall continue from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2. Second. Yeah. Okay. While I'm trying to load up my video, maybe Daddy, you could tell us more about your next slide of your proteins and the lipids nutrients that we need.
All right. Okay, I will go on like that. Now,
yes, please.
They say protein is the most important of all the nutrients. Why? It's important because it will be influenced by our body size, the quality of the protein, and the adequacy of calorie in your diet. Of course, your previous state of nutrition, if you have been eating well or not, it will affect it. Then efficiency of digestion. How efficient is your system in digesting the food that you eat? And then there are certain special physiological needs, such as growth, if the individual is growing, or during pregnancy, during lactation, or you are recovering from illness. So your protein needs will be determined by all this. Now, in terms of carbohydrate mainly is used for calories to supply energy in our system. And of course, it's a component of our DNA. DNA is genetic makeup. There's a deoxyribose in a component of DNA, that's a sugar. And then in RNA, required for protein synthesis, we have ribose. That's also a carbohydrate. And carbohydrate will provide intermediates to synthesize amino acids and lipids. There are 20 naturally occurring amino acids. But as I said, as adults, we need only 8. The remaining 12, our system can synthesize that. And then carbohydrate is very useful in doing this. And lipid also. The excess carbohydrate you are put on, you don't use as energy, is converted into fatty acid, into fat. And then lipid also, carbohydrate also will provide what we call NADPA, which is a coenzyme that is required for the synthesis of fatty acids and steroids. Now, why do we need lipids? I mentioned lipid. Lipid will supply essential fatty acids. I mentioned that earlier. Linoleic acid, arachidonic acid. It will be source of calories. The energy you need, the total energy you need in your system. Fat will supply between 10 to 45% of total energy needs. And then it will serve as insulator against all the organs of the body. So the fat in the body will serve as fatty layer, will serve as an insulator to provide damage to internal organ. And of course, when the temperature changes, you go from winter to summer and all that, to prevent excessive change of body temperature, body fat is very important. And then fat is required for the transport of fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. And of course, fat will lubricate the gastrointestinal tract. If you don't have fat in your diet, of course, the taste will be different. So fat is important in our diet. And then it will spare your body protein from broken down to supply energy. Protein is supposed to be used for building the body and for other things rather than being used as a source of energy. So fat will spare that. And then fat is a special component, structural component, like oligomyelin of the nervous system, the glycolipid and phospholipid. Phospholipid in cell membrane, also they are lipid. And then lipid, of course, we delay stomach empty. If you eat a fatty food, it takes a longer time to digest, so you won't get hungry. But if you eat carbohydrate diet, within 2-3 hours, the whole thing is digested. Lipid takes a longer time to digest. Okay, then vitamins. There are many vitamins that are required. For instance, the fat-soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K.
Okay.
And the water-soluble vitamins are the B complex. The B complex vitamins and also vitamin C, ascorbic acid, to C.
As part of folic acid.
Vitamin D is expecting sterility and acts as anticoagulation. So that when you have wound, it's about 10 of them, we call them complex because they are water soluble. And their timing, for instance, is required for oxidation, energy needs. Riboflavin is required also for energy need, to produce energy as part of coenzymes. Nicotinic acid is also required. For instance, if you don't have a riboflavin, you suffer from ankylostomatitis. There will be sore in the tip of your mouth, and there will be scratching of the body, angular stomatitis, stomach, scrotal stomatitis. You scratch your scrotum like men. Women also will scratch their bronchitis because they are suffering from riboflavin deficiency. Nicotinic acid, well, if the deficiency, you suffer from what they call TDs, pellagra, diarrhea, and dermatitis. Vitamin C. The pantothenic acid required for lipid metabolism. Vitamin B6 is the most important of them because all the protein you need, all the protein you eat in your food, if it's not metabolized, of course you can't use it. So you require vitamin B6. Wow. It's very, very important. So biotin is required for lipid metabolism. If you scratch, if you are suffering from vitamin from biotin, if it became like feel like being tired, it can be deficient. Especially if you take your egg raw. Those who take egg raw because they want to improve their throat, they want to improve their way they talk. Well, there's what they call avidate in egg. If you find biotin, it becomes unavailable for use. Yes. Now, folic acid is also important for your blood. For our blood, we need folic acid. Red cells formation. Vitamin B12 also is required for blood, red cell formation. And of course, vitamin C is also very, very important. For your wound healing, healthy tissue. For instance, if you are brushing your teeth and it starts to bleed, it means you have weak gums. Your gums are weak. You are suffering from vitamin C deficiency. If you have a wound that doesn't...
Actually, Daddy, sorry to interrupt you, but it's actually very important, that point you've just mentioned, because it's helped me to... Thank you. Because it's helped me to thought of something. Some of our products do have all these ingredients that you have. And one thing I would like you to touch on, right, is which fruit would you say, right, contain some of these vitamins that we should be looking at? But even more importantly, in terms of folic acid and vitamin C for sports people, for example, and men, how important would you say that is, especially in terms of recovery and injury and stuff like that?
Well, as I said, vitamin C is the tissue synthesis. And what is tissue? Collagen. There's collagen tissue. It's protein. It has to be synthesized. There's amino acid, one amino acid in collagen, which we call proline. And for proline to be converted to hydroxyproline, you need vitamin C. So if vitamin C is deficient, collagen will not be formed. That's why the tissue in the gum or the tissue, if you are recurring, your wound is sealing up, you don't have vitamin C, then there will be improper formation of collagen. So that's why we need vitamin C to make sure there's proper healing, there's proper formation of collagen, there's proper formation of the tissue. And then, like I mentioned, folic acid also, which is required for blood formation, red blood cells. Now, folic acid per se is not the one doing it. It has to be converted to what we call tetrahydrofolic acid. In other words, 4 hydrogen atoms must be added to folic acid to convert it to tetrahydrofolic acid. It is the function of vitamin C that is doing that. Vitamin C is the one that will donate the 4 hydrogen ions to convert folic acid to tetrahydrofolic acid that is required for red blood formation. So it's very important, blood healing, your blood formation. You know the importance of blood transfer of nutrients from from tissue to tissue, from red cells. It goes around to supply all the nutrients. So it's very important. Vitamin C is important. Folic acid is important. And then you have asked me which foods we supply all this. Well, a lot of food we supply this. For instance, pineapple, pawpaw, guava, apples, all these ones, oranges. We supply all these, a number of them, cucumber, many of them we supply the vitamins that we require. And apart from that, a lot of vegetables also. Vegetable we supply all this. Spinach, for instance, is very important. We supply all this and other vegetables.
Wow. Okay. So if I'm going to be a little bit tricky, which fruit and vegetable is actually your favorite?
Well, I take a lot of vegetables. You know, we take okra, we take spinach, we take what do you call that? Eh? Pumpkin. We take a lot of that in a day. When we prepare food in our home, we have mixed diet, mixed food, vegetables. We mix them with guava, pineapple, pawpaw, oranges, melon, and so watermelon. We mix all of them. So they will supply all the vitamins. And coconut juice also is very rich in all these. Yes. Hello. Are you with us? Hello. Hello.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So those are a lot of vegetables. You know, we supply all this. Bitter leaf also is. So we take that. Spinach, peas. So, as I said, malnutrition is very common. Older people, many of them they are malnourished because they don't have satisfactory living arrangements. Many cannot afford to buy foods that will constitute a balanced diet. Some are ignorant of what constitutes a balanced diet. Some indulge in foods and sweets that do not supply nutrient needs, and poor appetite for food due to loss. Some of them have lost their natural teeth, so there's poor dentition. Some have ill-fitting denture, which makes much for many food because of less sense of taste and smell later in life. So malnutrition will occur in elderly people. Then, in addition to that, digestion of food may be affected, is affected by tonus as you get older, in older age, the tonus or the musculature of the stomach and intestine and colon will be reduced. So there's a so the aged should avoid excess sweets. They should breakfast avoid fatty meals, rich cakes, pastries, salad dressing that cause discomfort of indigestion, and fiber of tender vegetables and fruits and whole grain should be added to the food. Cereal also should be added for free bowel movement. And of course, a lot of the aged don't drink liquid. You should drink liquid of 6 to 8 glasses of course per day. day. That is, you take tea, you take water, you take a drink, maximum of 6 to 8 to allow proper food digestion in the gastrointestinal tract. And as I've said, products that you have produced, since it's supply all this, for instance, the vegetables, when you get from all the vegetables, they will supply fiber. Fiber also will allow free bowel movement. The fiber from vegetables will allow that. Apart from supplying vitamins, it will also supply fiber, which will aid free bowel movement and proper digestion. So I will wait there, stop there, for questions to ask me. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
I'm going to switch to another device because we're having some issues. So can you please confirm if you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you here.
Okay, that's fantastic. We seem to be having, we're using dual devices, so we're having some issues with one of them. So, yeah. Yes, so definitely, the phytonutrients that we need to have, it's very, very important. And of course, everything you've said, is contained in our product. And we believe that prevention is better than cure. I'm sure you'd agree, right? And it's true that us men, we're stubborn the way we eat. We like to eat. We like to be the king of the house, don't we? So we eat a lot of, pounded yam swallow, for example, with a lot of meat. I personally, I have actually changed my lifestyle. I don't eat pounded yam swallow anymore. We actually use oat swallow now, and we eat a lot of fish. And of course, like you said, combine that with drinking lots of water, right? And of course, a bit of exercise will help you, to actually achieve some of your health goals. Right? Now, we're coming close to the end of it, of this conversation, right? Audience with Professor Akinwande. And one thing I would also like our audience out there to do is this. Eating well should be a priority for you, especially after this pandemic. Definitely eating well should be a pandemic. And the cost of eating well should not be a question for you. You shouldn't eat badly because it's cheaper to eat badly, right? Because health is wealth. Not having the health is a lot more costly. Would you agree? Right. So I would advise you, right, that even if it's a little bit you can start with, it's better than nothing. Yeah. Now, some of you probably don't even realize, right, that part of what we do, apart from promoting healthy living around the world, there is a business aspect to it as well. So at the end of this conversation, if you're watching from any platform, please, by all means, get in touch with the person that you're watching on the platform to say, A, whether you'd like to be a customer and try some of our products, or B, you'd like to do a combo and join some of our programs, right? Where not only would you be eating healthier, we'll show you how to eat healthier. We'll give you recipes and detox recipes, but we'll also show you a business opportunity where you can actually earn extra income regardless of whatever you're doing now. Yeah, because everyone needs to have a side hustle, or if you need to have a plan B. Yeah, it is very, very important because you need to be able to save for a rainy day. Yes, would you agree? Uh, Professor Akiwande, or I like to just say Daddy, just call you Professor Akiwande. It's, become funny to me. So because you're Daddy, right? Everyone is going through a blame game at the moment. Would you not agree? Right? And it's either, oh, I'm big because it's genetic. I'm big because you don't have the money. I'm big or I'm not healthy because. Just to conclude, what would your advice be if you were, sitting if somebody was sitting in front of you now, what would your advice be in a nutshell to say, start looking at your health and you tell us. I don't want to put words in your mouth. What do you think that the advice should be for somebody who should be looking to eat healthier right at the moment?
Well, my advice is that there's no solution other than to eat well. You have to eat well. If you don't have money to buy a lot of food that will supply the nutrients, now your product will supply a lot of the nutrients that you need. Particularly elderly people, you don't need to eat so much. If you look at what is recommended by WHO, another we need only about 1 gram of meat per gram body weight per day. But a lot of people eat more than that. When they eat too much meat, they are causing trouble for themselves. A lot of urea will be produced. It's the growing child that needs more meat because it's growing, the tissue is developing, the body is developing. But in most homes, the mother and the father eat the bulk of the meat and give very little to the child. That is wrong. That is why we have a lot of people in the hospital now. They develop what they call gout. Gout. They become gouty. Too much meat. And the elderly people don't need a lot of meat. It's growing children that will need the meat. So they have to control that. So, and the rumor that you can't eat too much egg. A lot of people have the taboo that children should not eat eggs. They should, because they need the protein. Okay? And egg contains protein. It's a complete food. Egg is a complete food for the bird to develop, for chicken to develop. So it contains the protein, the vitamins, all the nutrients, they are there. And then milk also. Milk is also a complete food for the growing child. It contains the protein, vitamins, everything that the child needs, that the baby needs. So we should all have that. So when you don't have money to buy, buy food, as long as your food is balanced, it contains the vitamins, it contains the liquid regularly, you'll be all right. Don't say I don't have money. I think food should be the first thing. Atkins products to supply all the nutrients, and then clothes. You can buy clothes later. Food. If you don't, we eat to survive. We eat to live. If you don't eat well, you won't live well. It's better to live well, to eat well, and live well. If you don't live well and you are sick, the money you are spending in buying drugs, going to the hospital, why don't you spend it in taking care of yourself?
Yes.
Because you are sick, you will end up in the hospital, and the money you didn't want to spend, now you will spend it. So that is it. You eat well. Buy buy Akin Lawrence product as a supplement to together with other nutrients, and it will be well with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Daddy. Thank you very much. I like that plug. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Yeah. You heard it from a very well-educated person. Has no connection with our company at all. It's completely, absolutely independent. But it's an independent opinion that is resonate, that clings in with what we actually do. Yeah. So when we come out to you on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, right, on an hourly basis, promoting and asking you to eat well, right, it's not just for our benefit, right? We're giving you a golden nugget, and only a wise person would actually take that gold. Yeah. So my advice to you is, if what you heard tonight resonates with you, then get on board. This is not the time to procrastinate. So get on board quickly, right? Get in touch with the person that you're watching this on the platform that you're watching this from, right? And maybe we'll be able to actually help you out. It is very, very important for your health, but also even more important for your wealth. Okay. My name is AJ Lawrence, and I'm going to thank you very much for jumping on board today. And hopefully we can introduce some of you to our products very, very soon in the near future, and maybe even welcome some of you as business partners to be help us to promote and promote this philosophy around the world. Okay, so we're going to end it right there, and we're going to come up off Facebook. Give me 1 second.
Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you. You can see that's AJ Lawrence, and we have Professor Akinwande coming to share knowledge with us regarding nutrition. So, men, we need to improve our health. Men can be part of our great business opportunity. If you're a man watching this video, say hi, Gladys.
Facebook Live, and then promote this philosophy around the world.
So, if you're a man watching this live stream, say hi. If you're a woman, say hi. I want to join. I want to buy. Bye, guys.
Give me 1 second.
Guys, thank you for